trying. There we go. I think we're live for Thrive Thursday. I think we're live for Thrive Thursday. There we go. Yeah, we are. Cool. All right. Again, it's kind of impromptu. I didn't put anything out. It's like I've been so crazy. One of the things that I talk about in the book is consistency, right? For those of you who have been following me for a long time, every Thursday after Phantom, I would do a live stream walking back to the to the Hudson River and where I was going, and it built consistency. And the crazy part is that since I've been away from that and doing all these other things, that consistency has dropped off. But it is that consistency which builds. It is that consistency which creates continual, shall I say, return on the investment. Does that make sense? Because really what you're doing is you're putting an investment into your page. You're putting an investment. I'm putting an investment into you. You're putting an investment into me by being here, which I'm grateful for. So thank you. Trying to hook up one of my cameras to Ecamm. There's a buddy of mine who's a filmmaker who has this great setup, and he actually hooks up a Canon EOS, a DLSR to his computer, and the image is just incredible. So trying to make a go of that. So waiting for everybody to come on. Hope you guys are well. See, wow, we got some cool people on. How is everybody? How is everybody doing? Everybody good? Yeah, consistency is key. Consistency is key in pretty much everything, like going to the gym, eating properly, all kinds of stuff. Like I'm going through my desk. It's like, man, I need a new assistant. What is that? Okay, got it. That can go over there. Shredding. Not that I need a new assistant. I need another. I need somebody who can like do stuff. A buddy of mine sent me this. If you guys haven't gotten this, The Gift. This is the show I did. It was Alicia Witt, me, Paula Abdul choreographed this. Book by Robbie Fox. See, look, Paula Abdul choreography. Directed by Andy Fickman. Andy Fickman directed Paul Blart Mall Cop. He directed Escape from Witch Mountain with The Rock. He's directed tons of Disney shows. He's awesome. Reefer Madness he did. He also did Heathers, not the movie. He did the musical. Awesome guy. Yeah, you like this shirt? Proud girl, Dad. I think I got it for my birthday. Yeah, because Father's Day's coming up. Got it for my birthday. I love it. Get a lot of compliments on it. It's one of my favorite things. And it's a great shirt. This is a Gildan shirt, and I'm thinking about doing the Thrive stuff, all the t-shirts in this shirt, because they have that as a thing. All right, awesome. So I'm going to get rolling here, guys. Look, there was a big wake-up call, and I posted it. This is an artist thing, but it's again, this is applicable. Hey, Denise, how are you? This is my friend Denise Duff, who was part of the Hidden Artist Bootcamp. Remember when you guys who came to New York? Incredible artist, incredible businesswoman, incredible friend. Her husband, Michael, awesome. Good fabric. It is. It's very good. It's like not the kind like you want to touch and you're like, ooh. Like when you touch a shirt or like a blanket and you're like, ooh. Like the chenille kind of things. It's not like that. But it's a good, like, it makes your muscles look good, like, it fits you well. Pretty cool. Yeah. So I wanted to hit this because I'm really diving in on this, guys. The book is almost done. The Hidden Artist book, the Artist Survival Guide is almost done. I'm going to put the link in here. You can get the free chapter. And more now than ever, it is, look, there was an article that I posted just a couple days ago where Cameron McIntosh is saying all of the shows that he produces are not going to be opening until 2021 in London. We haven't heard what's happening in New York yet. And I think he wants to open. I mean, Ken Davenport wrote something today as well that social distancing is not you can't do live theater that way, right? We're looking at more people going, I've got to stop. The cases are increasing, so we're now going to put more restrictions on. No matter what you think, no matter what it is, we are sort of at liberty to the regulations that are coming down the pike. Broadway is not going to open until they say it can open. You know what I mean? Film is starting to come back in LA. It's coming. It's already being done in New Zealand. But the cold facts are, guys, is that artists are still freaking out of work. And I've been hitting this for years, just on the fact that the gigs, like when you have a gig and then it stops, what happens? I go wait tables. Well, then what happens? There's a whole chapter in the book where I talk about this person I knew in LA she was a model who was also an actress and was doing very, very well. But she was bartending at a restaurant in LA. And she got this great audition. She went to what was basically a producer's call and then was going to network, which is right before you get an offer, right? So they do the contracts in television, like your contract is done before you do your final auditions. Because it's a leveraging tool. So if you have actor A and actor B and actor C, and they're all competing against each other, and wow, these two people are really good, but this person negotiated a better contract, meaning the network has to pay them less. Yeah, I mean, it's not all about that, but it's about that. So the story is that she had this major audition, which could have like really ratcheted up her career, but she couldn't get anybody to take her shift at the bar, and she'd been there for months, never missed a day, consistent worker, and so she had a dilemma. So she asked everybody, like, I can't do it. Not that they didn't want to do it; these people couldn't do it. There was just some weird thing. So she went to the manager, who was an actor, and said, "Hey, look, this is what I'm dealing with. It's only a couple of hours." And he goes, "Sorry, you got to get someone to cover your shift." And she's like, I've really tried. And it's not working. I've never missed a day. And he goes, listen, unless you have somebody to cover your shift, you can't do it. And now that you've told me it's an audition and you're not here and you call in sick, you're going to be fired. So she was in a dilemma because had she taken off and said, okay, then I'm out. And if she didn't get the job, she would have no income. Right? Making money as a bartender, but what does she do? What does she do if she can't go back to that gig? She has 3-4 months of money saved, maybe 3 months of money saved. What happens if she can't get a job, a paying job, in that couple of months' time? She's going to run through her income. The bottom line is that we have to be able to sustain long enough to achieve our dream, right? Artists have to be able to fill the gap with something that is stable. And I've been talking about this for years. And now we are faced with not just, hey, I'm in between gigs. Now we're faced with, holy shit, I got nothing for months. West End, 2021, it's almost going to be a full year. March to January 2021. And that's saying if they'll open in January. Cameron said there's no way he can do it financially. There's just no way. And he's not going to go into debt, and he shouldn't. He's built this business. If he goes into debt, then it puts all those shows in jeopardy. Right? We talk about layoffs. We talk about all of these people who, this company laid off, that company laid off. Of course, they have to. Otherwise, they're going to go down. Not all these big companies are these multi-billion dollar companies. Starbucks was paying its employees whether they showed up for work or not. How many companies can do that? Not a lot, right? And here's the thing. Starbucks was an essential, it could be open because it served food through the drive-through. So you could go to work if you wanted to. They just didn't want to. Some people. Not all of them, just some. And here's the crazy thing about it, guys. Artists aren't all out of work at one time. You got some people that are in a show, some people that are shooting a movie. You got, my amazing friend Denise is also an incredible photographer. She's shooting, right? She's going on a shoot here and there, blah, 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 blah. Everything stops. Boom. Everything stops. So everybody is out of work at the same time. So there's no wave. It's no like, these people are working, these people aren't, but there are people that are working while these people aren't. Do you see what I mean? There's no equilibrium. Everybody's out. And so had there been some way for you guys who I'm talking to, you artists out there, and anybody, to plant the seeds before this happened, you wouldn't be worried. And so that's what this artist survival guide is. Like one of the things is, why did I write the book? Let me pull this up. I'm giving you guys the book, man. Every time I come on here, I read the book. Let's see. Just keep adding and adding and adding. So somebody asked, what's the goal for a release date on the book? Soon. I'm hoping to get this out very, very soon. And it's going to probably be in ebook form, because getting it published and getting hard copies is just, we'll do it eventually, but getting an ebook out there is faster. So I'm going to read you this. Okay. Is everybody cool? Give me some thumbs up here. I want to see if you guys are still with me. Margaret, Kath, happy. Oh, thank you. I hope you're still on. I'm going back and reading. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some yes, we're with you as I'm reading. Oh, good. Leslie's here. Daniel, Jim. Okay. Cassie, how are you? Shirley, Aaron. Cool. All right. How do I send you my chapter? I don't know what you mean by that. How do I send you my chapter? Sweet. Okay. So I'm going to read a little bit about this. And I just finished this chapter last night because I went back and I added this. So I said, why am I writing this book? When I embarked on a career as an actor, I never had anyone to advise me or guide me. I didn't. It was like, this is what I wanted to do. Go. It's like someone taking you. You've never been you have been swimming before. You don't know how to swim. They throw you into the pool. That's what it's like. I didn't have a roadmap into the arts and entertainment industry. It was like setting forth into uncharted territory using only the stories and fables that I heard along the way as guideposts. So I heard things. I hadn't actually experienced them. I would watch. I heard, I would read, oh, this person did that. And, this guy started out living in a car, and he slept in his car until he, got his first audition, and he ate only ramen noodles. I mean, these are the kind of stories, right? Jim Carrey went to the top of Mulholland Drive, wrote himself a check for, $10 million? I can't remember what it was. Had no money, came from Canada, stuck it in his wallet. That's what Jim Carrey did, right? It's not a roadmap. They're inspirational stories. So I say it was like setting forth into uncharted territory using only the stories and fables I had heard along the way as guideposts. In fact, I was flat out told not even to try my hand because I would never make it. Cannot tell you how many people said that. It's too hard. You'll end up waiting tables. You'll starve. I heard that so many times from so many people. But there was something in me. This is not in the book. I'm going off. That had the reverse happen. It didn't stop me from going. It pushed me. It motivated me to prove them wrong. And I think part of that was because when I was growing up, I've shared this before, like I was the also ran in life, right? The also ran is in a horse race. It's coming in first is this, coming in second is this, coming in third is this. They're all the horses that make the money. And also ran, which is the fourth place, right? Half a second earlier, you would have been in third. You would have been in the money. 2 seconds, you would have been in second. You see what I'm saying? I was the also ran. They needed 4 guys to play softball. I was the third. To keep it G-rated, forget the naysayers. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, bud. And so, oh, I see. To keep it G-rated, forget the naysayers versus F the naysayers. I get it. I'm sorry. Yeah, the naysayers meaning you'll never make it. So I used the words and the you'll never make it, and rather than succumb to the power of those people, they pushed me to prove them wrong. I learned how to navigate the business through trial and error, otherwise known as the School of Hard Knocks. So many of us have had to learn life that way, learn how to navigate our relationships, our careers, you name it, and we have the scars to prove it. But when you look at the success in the world of art and artists, we usually see two things. We see the alpha and we see the omega. Those who have risen to stardom and those who have given up. That's what you say, oh, you're never going to be this guy. You're never going to be that guy. You're never going to be that woman. How many Angelina Jolies can there be? How many Taylor Swifts can there be? You're never going to make that, right? Or, wow, I want to be that. But it's either sink or swim, right? How many times have you heard the cliche phrase, the starving artist? Like I shared above, I heard it so many times that I became numb to it, and eventually it became the fuel pushing me forward. You have a dream, you have a goal that is within you, and if you've contemplated this past, you probably have visions of being both the alpha and the omega, stardom and failure. I want to reach this level, but what if I fail? Right? Have you guys experienced this? Thoughts of this? But in truth, there's a huge bracket between the two, right? There's only one Lady Gaga, one Rock, one Tom Cruise, one Donna Karan, one Andy Warhol. You kind of get the picture. Will you reach that level of success? Maybe. Maybe not. But there's a whole bunch in between, right? There's a whole bunch. Because that level of stardom and influence is extremely rare. But nonetheless, you have the drive, that goal, that undefinable thing that pushes you forward. Right? And so when I wrote this book, I wrote it to provide that which I never had, a roadmap, a survival guide for one of the toughest professions there is. And the chapter goes on. But that's why I wrote the book. Because when I looked at the industry, when I looked at, and I'm not just talking performing artists, guys. I'm talking photographers. I'm talking, fashion designers. I'm talking filmmakers. I'm talking writers. It's the same. The path may be a little different. The practice may be a little different. A writer doesn't go to class and get up in front of people. They sit and they write, or they write continually. The fashion designer doesn't get into a class and collaborate and do scene work with people. They draw, they get designs, they have ideas. The photographer may take a photography class, but here's the other thing that we need to define, guys. This is a skill set that you have to have. This book isn't about going into class and taking dance class or taking photography class or learning how to draw. Those are things you have to have. You have to have that skill set. You will continually hone that skill set. But you have to have a level of proficiency or you're never going to be able to compete. Ever. You might get one hit and then you're done. Consistency is what I talked about in the beginning. So I go on and I say, as professional artists, we know the traditional ways to get to where we want to go. We see them, observe them, been told this is how you do things. As actors, for example, it includes getting to class, auditioning, finding an agent, manager, lawyer, or press rep to help you move to the next level, and ultimately booking that gig that will lead to the next better gig and so on. Singer-songwriters, they write, they perform, they record, they submit their work to anyone and anyone who will possibly hear it, get them a deal by their song. Some artists use social media loosely, emerging artists, to get their art out in the world. But no matter what type of artist you are, there is a way that has always been done, and that's the way most of us have chosen to follow. Why? Because no one has shown us an alternative. Dreams without action are are just dreams. They're just ideas. You can have the biggest, brightest ideas in the world if you don't do anything with them. They're just sitting there. Have you guys like, oh my God, like somebody developed something. Elon Musk, the electric car. I had that idea 20 years ago. I never did anything about it. The Flowbee. I had that idea 35 years ago. I just never did anything about it. Somebody did. It took action. Action creates traction, right? A great mindset is wonderful, but without action behind that positivity, you'll be a positive person who has not achieved a goal, right? And I talk about the poem by Robert Frost, which is called The Road Not Taken. And most people actually misquote it. Most people call it The Road Less Traveled, but that's not the actual line. It's The Road Not Taken. And it's been interpreted over the years by many, many people. And the phrase is used to encourage people to like cut their own path, blaze a trail. And while I love that sentiment, there's a time and a place for it, and it's not always the right choice, right? So you have Gaga, blazed her own trail. Do you know how she started out? Musical theater, playing in bars in New York, and slowly developed that persona. The Rock, football, hurt himself in football, played some more football, didn't have any money, went into wrestling because his dad was into wrestling, became a star in wrestling, then translated that into film and television. And now he's probably the biggest action star we have. So here's an example of what I mean. Let's say you're in like this dense jungle and you need to get through the jungle to the city on the other side. And you got this thick jungle in front of you, right? We're talking about blazing a trail, cutting your own trail, right? You got this thick jungle in front of you. And on the side of the jungle, there's this dirt path. Go straight to the city. Which path are you going to take? Are you going to take the existing road or the road not taken? Look, you can certainly cut your own path through the jungle, face whatever's going to be out there. Dangers, pitfalls, who the hell knows? Swamps. At the very least, if there aren't any major obstacles, it'll certainly take you longer to cut through that jungle than it would be to go on the path. And even if you have to take that path, either way, you're still going to have to do the work. You're still going to have to walk or ride or drive. You're still going to have to do the work to get there. Even if you're sitting, you have to get someone to drive you. Does this make sense? So there's certainly worth to learning how to cut your own way through the obstacles, which is the school of hard knocks. But what obstacles do you want to learn from as an artist? Here's the question that you need to ask yourself. The starving artist syndrome. Starving makes you more creative. That's a load of crap. Doesn't. It makes you starve. If you're going to spend time battling obstacles, battle the obstacles of your art. Does this make sense? Battle the obstacles of the thing that is important to you. Learn more about photography. How can I use light better? How can I use these lenses better? How can I create this character better? How can I take my designs, my fashion designs, and tweak them so that they're different? Do you see? Spend time facing the obstacles of your art. But if you have a road to get you to where you want to go, take it. Remember what the goal is. The goal is to succeed as a professional artist. Now, here's the thing. Right now, no one is succeeding. Here and there. Everybody I know, Broadway, out of work. Every single person. Nobody's working. Except for Hershey Felder. Now, talk about an entrepreneur. He's in Italy, locked down, so he's streaming his full shows from his home. Charging a ticket price, which part of that will benefit a different theater every time he does them. Brilliant. Yeah, but he plays the piano. So, what do? There's something you do. There's something that you. Russell Brunson wrote this book called Expert Secrets. I talk about it. I'm actually going to probably put it in the book. Everybody is an expert in something. Everybody. So the goal is to succeed as a professional artist. If you want to overcome obstacles, then focus on the challenges of overcoming the things in your art. Do not focus on the things that will distract you from your goal. If you have a way to get to your destination, your goal, your dream faster with less bumps and bruises, you should take it. Take the road more traveled to achieve your goals. Once you've reached it, once you've learned along the way, then set off and blaze your own path. And then perhaps this time, people will follow you. You'll be the Gaga. You'll be the Tom Cruise. You'll be the Rock. Do you get it? So the reason I wrote this book is because I didn't have anybody to teach me these things. None of it. And when I talk to people about it, they're like, wait a minute, where'd you learn that? I need that. So in this book, here's a question. Let me go and read some of these things here. For instance, I've heard similar things as well all too often. Now I've just finished university and taking the steps to become an actor in the UK regional theater. And on tours over here, I've already proven people wrong, and I hope I can continue when I eventually make it, so to speak. That's great, man. It's like flourishing and prospering, right? Somebody tells you you can't, go become successful. Jim Crum says, sometimes the path is not a straight line to get to your dream, more like a squiggly line. Yeah. Have a nice what? And don't be afraid to adjust as needed. Oh, have a plan. Yeah. Have a nice plan. Exactly. It's like Jim talks about, we talked about it, you know, as he's piloting planes, you're going here, but then if something happens on the plane, you have to adjust like that. On the fly, literally. Is that what it means, on the fly? Maybe that's where it came from. So you guys may be going, okay, great. That's cool. But I want to work on my art and I can't do my art now. How do I sustain? That's what this book is for. That's what this book is about. And the programs that I'm going to attach to it, each of the chapters in this book could be a whole book in themselves. So what I'm doing is I'm delving in and doing video modules on each of these chapters. So when you get the book, then you'll have the opportunity. It's not going to be crazy expensive. I don't know what we're going to do, probably like $29 or something like that. Where you can actually go in and say, I want to learn about influence. I want to learn about building my brand. I want to learn about how I can take my brand, my influence, and use that to leverage what I'm doing to generate income as an artist. Now. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into all of the details. We talked with Aaron about the power of a list, right? The average, and a list is like an email list, right? How you're capturing people's information. You do it all the time. You go onto Amazon, you buy a product. My friend Denise has this amazing skin cream, face cream. My wife uses it. You buy that from Denise, and you should. Denise, if you're still here, put a link up, will you? I don't know if you're still with me. You guys are watching. In Your Face Cream is called. In Your Face Cream. You buy a product from Denise. You fill out your information. You put your email in. You buy the product. She sends you an email that says, awesome, your order's on the way. Here's your confirmation number. Bingo. Guess what? She now has a way to communicate to you, right? We've spoken about this. I don't know what you mean by the chapter. What chapter are you talking about, Andrea? I don't know what that means. So when you have these emails, you have a way to relate, to connect. And statistically, on average, an email is worth between $4 to $10 per year. So I have this friend that was in the West End in a show I talked about this last time, for almost 3 years doing a big show. During that time, even if 10%, if she had captured everybody's email address by saying, hey, come follow me. I'm going to be doing concerts. You want to hear more about my career? Just sign up. Totally free. Give them a free gift. A little like, hey, this is me with a picture, signed picture. You can send it as a screensaver, right? Whatever it is. The 5 steps to learn how to sing. Right? I did? I don't remember that. What chapter? I don't remember you. Did I ask to send a chapter? Of your book. Maybe I did as part of the Launch Your Masterpiece program we're doing. In the Thrive group, which is the group you can go on my page, Thrive Arts, facebook.com/Thrive Arts. You can go there, and Jamie Gilliland, who I'm working on these programs with, is in there. I do remember this. I'm sorry that I may have forgotten about that. I believe I did do that. So you can put it in there, say, where do I send my chapter? And we can go there. So let's get back to this. So even if 10% of the people got something from my friend in the West End, that would have been 256,000 emails. People at 10% over 3 years, right? 10%. No, it was 160 something. And if she sold a product for $4, it'd been $256,000 1 year. So even if you have 1,000 people, Grant talks about it in his book. This book. I love this book. You can Google it and get it. It's like $9 or $7, something like that. Here you go. 2,000 people paying you $42 a month for 12 months is $1 million. The math is simple, right? It's just math. So even if you're in the highest percentile, which is the largest percentile of professional stage actors, there's 10% that make $50,000 a year. The above that, you're in like crazy range. That 10% in the benefit, I gave the benefit of the doubt in my example. If you're making 50 grand a year as a member of Actors Equity Association, you're still in the top, I think, 89th percentile. You're only making 50 G's a year before taxes. Before taxes. If you have, let's do the math. If you have an email list, guys, and let's say you only have 500 people, you can get 500 people on an email list, or even 200 people, and you sell them a $40 product. That's $8,000, right? Let's say you have 200 people, and you're charging them $12 a month, times 12. It's $28,000. You're more than half, just by one email, you're making more than half of what you make as an actor. Let's do it one more. Let's say you have 1,000 people and they're paying you, let's do Netflix, $12 a month times 12, 144 grand. Did I do the math right? You're almost triple what you make as an actor just by clicking a button and sending an email out. People do this on a daily basis, making millions and millions of dollars. Why am I showing you this? Because you can take your skill set as an artist while you're doing your job, even if you're on a Broadway show or taking photographs or designing your fashion. You can do it simultaneously. And you can use this to sustain, because this is called mailbox money. Right? Denise has her skincare. When she's sleeping, people are still buying it. She's making money while she sleeps. Do you get this? Do you guys get this? Let me know. Have I lost you? Let me know. Because it's really super important to me. So all of my friends who are, put in the comments, yes, I get it. All of my friends who are out of work and have been out of work could have built something like this in a couple of days. Teaching singing lessons, teaching dancing lessons, teaching photography, anything. The creation is up to you. What is not taught is what I'm showing you, that it's possible and that it's not that difficult, right? Cool. Cool. All right. Drea, Mike, Cassie, great. So, is Dana on? I didn't even see if she's on. My wife? Did my wife join? I can't tell. I can't tell who's on because I'm using the using Ecamm. I love Ecamm. All right. Do you guys have any questions? Questions? Any questions? Look, I have 2 pair of sunglasses right there, and my AirPods. Have you guys noticed this? Have your AirPods been like crapping out on you? Mine have. I have 2 pair. They only last a little bit, even when I charge them fully up. It's that old Apple thing where the new one comes out, so they make the old one don't work. So you got to get the new one. Look what I got. Hang on a minute. Think I'm not busy enough? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So the time thing, guys, is not true. I don't have enough time. You got all the time in the world if you want to make it. You have all the time in the world to do the stuff you want to do. You have all the time in the world to create. I was on real estate calls today. I was writing the book today. I was talking to Ted today about other businesses and the film. We're going to start looking at casting fairly soon. What else happened? When will we be able to buy the book? Soon. I'm doing some final touches on it. Here's the thing, guys. I want to also let you know. So Jamie Gilliland and I and Chris Grody, who I work with. Chris is the guy who's helping me with my book, and Jamie and Jamie and Chris are married, and I met Jamie because she helped me with all the hidden artist stuff that I did, the hidden artist boot camp and all the back end stuff like that, and we all launched this 14-day challenge when the coronavirus first hit, and then we did a thing called Launch Your Masterpiece. So Launch Your Masterpiece is about taking your idea, your book, and getting it done. And we're offering a really, really, really cool program. It's basically less than the price of going out to dinner. You know, certainly less than the price of going with 2 people going out to dinner. Unless you go to Chipotle. So what's happening is we're going to launch that. We're going to let you know we're very, very, very close to that. And this will play into that, because if you have a message to share, if you have something you want to say, this is the time. Now is the time, because the spoken word, the written word, the audio word, people are listening. It's about truth. It's about transparency. So Chris is going to go through the book. We're going to do some tweaks. We're going to do, some fixes here and there. I may have some typos, rearrange some stuff, but we're very, very, very close. Let me see where I am. Very close. Where is it? There it is. I am at 20 chapters. And how many words? Not that many. It's like 25,000 words. So we're very close. I need to do an epilogue and a couple of tweaks. And then we're also going to have the program. So each chapter, not each chapter, but a few of the chapters are going to have an offshoot. So like within the ebook, you should be able to like click a link. Like, let's say there's the chapter on influence. Let's say there's a chapter on branding. Let's say there's a chapter on how do I create the thing that I want to do to be able to get out there. You can click it and you go right to the online course. So we're working on that. Aaron says, I agree. Now, I've learned to stop waiting and take action. I now have a mailing list on MailChimp, and I'm starting writing letters to creatives directly. at the regional theaters and production companies in the UK. It's so much more personal and direct. I'm taking action, and I already feel a sense of relief. Action creates traction, a sense of sincerity, a positive mindset. Taking action and being yourself goes a long way. Absolutely, Aaron. I mean, we talked about this when you came on. You know, the idea of not waiting. You are going to be like every day. Here's what I would challenge you guys. If you have some sort of like MailChimp is free, right? You can get it for free. If you have, and I would encourage you to get that. And every day, while you're trying to build your list, post something. Hey, are you interested in doing this? Sign up for my free newsletter. But then make sure you have something in MailChimp, which you can set up, that as soon as they sign up, they get a response from you that says, great, thank you for signing up for my newsletter. I'm going to be building some really great stuff. And as more comes out, I'm going to keep you informed. Just so that they get something immediately. If you do that every day, you're going to build your list. And Aaron, you're going to be far beyond the other people who have graduated from university with you. You're going to be far beyond, right? You're going to be able to put this out. Dude, this is something you can teach to your fellow graduates. Do you get it? You can say, hey, this is what I'm doing, do it. And you can charge them for it, right? It's a way to make money. You encourage us to try new ideas. Yes. Act now. Yes. Act now. The time is now. But the time is here. Beware. Don't let the wine go to your brain. All right. Any questions before I shine off on this Thrive Thursday? Any questions? Sandra Mora, who is an awesome lady, she posted this. She always posts on the fan club. She posted this video from Alchemy that I did with Tommy Cavanaugh and Sarah Chalk, and man, it was so that movie shoot was so much fun. Tommy and I had done Urinetown together, and we were good buds, and it was just like playtime, right? And that to me is that's the kind of stuff that I like to do. That's why like Ted and I like, you know, working on this film and with our line producer, you know, it's just fun. Yeah, there are obstacles, there's business to do, there's money to raise, there's this, there's that. But it's fun. And if you're not having fun doing it, you should be doing something else. All right, you guys are welcome. Anybody have any questions before I sign off? Remember, share this because once the book launches, we probably won't do the free chapter. I mean, I may. But please share that to anybody who needs it. It's free, guys. These are free. Encourage people to come on. And I will certainly make them more known and be more consistent. So that's the news. Oh, by the way, Sunday night, Father's Day, I am going to be on Tim's Story Live. So let me share this with you. We're getting some new graphics made, but Sunday, June 21st at 6 p.m. And you can register at timstory.com/live. 6 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And you can go to timstory.com/live. I'm going to put it here now so you guys can see it. timstory.com/live. It's going to be me and a couple other people. And I encourage you to go and watch. It's going to be Sunday night. It's going to be Father's Day. It's going to be a whole bunch of cool people. My buddy Sam Bakhtiar is going to be there. I can't remember who else is going to be there, but check it out. So timstory.com/live for Sunday night, the 21st, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And, you know, he's my coach, man. He's a guide. He's the guy that, you know, when I have questions about stuff, I'm like, man, what should I do? You know, I'm pretty good at self-navigating, but everybody, and I talk about this in the book, everybody has mentors and guides. Everybody. The top people, the most successful people in the world, they had people. Tim Story had Lee Iacocca as his mentor. Lee Iacocca. For those of you too young to know who he was, Google him. Quincy Jones was one of his guides. So everybody has guides. Grant Cardone has people that he looks to, right? Everybody. He talks with Tim Story. They talk together, right? So I can't say enough about Mr. Tim Story. He's an awesome dude. I don't know if I can tag him in this or not. Maybe I can. Well, you got the thing there. Just go sign up for that, and we'll see you on Sunday when you get there. What's up, Eric the Trainer? We're just about to wrap up, my friend. Guys, so Eric the Trainer is on. The great Eric the Trainer. And dude, I was talking about how like this shirt makes my arms look good, man. I got to get the guns up. I need to call you because I'm still having problems with the rear delt. I got to talk to you. Maybe I'll call you. I'll call you tomorrow. Maybe I'll call you tonight. But this Gildan shirt makes me look like Wolverine. So Eric's doing his, dude, do you have a link for your workouts? Because people should do those. I do them when I can, when I'm not crazy. My wife does them. It's like Eric invited me to be on to be a special guest on his workouts, and my wife was like, get out of the way, I'm doing them. So much fun. Oh, Mike, thank you, man. Yeah, buddy, you're the best, man. My compadre. Cool. All right. I am going to sign off and have a great night. So do not forget, JamesBarbour.com /ASG. There it is, Morning Glory Live. So go to that link and you'll be a part of Eric's, there it is. You'll be a part of Eric's cool, I'm going to click that right now so I can see it. I'm going to share the stream. Hang on. I'm going to do this. Hopefully I can do this. How do I share my screen? There it is. Update system audio. I don't know if I can do that now. All right, I can't do that now. Oh yeah, you can see it. Can you see that? Maybe. Anyway, that was weird. Something happened there with my thing. Anyway, Morning Glory Live, that's Eric. You can go now. You can get the workouts. Pretty awesome stuff. And he is the best. He's certainly changed my focus and getting me back to where I need to be. And do not forget, Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, timstory.com/live. I'm going to be live with Tim Story doing interviews. He's going to be asking me questions. We're going to have Sam Bakhtiar. There's going to be 2 other people, and I can't remember who they are off the top of my head. These things are taking, they're taking over. Tim's getting a lot of response from them. He had Deepak Chopra on. He's had, so many people on these shows. And I'm just, I'm honored that he wants me on there. So do not forget that. All right, guys. And if you don't have any more questions, then I am going to sign off. It's a log puller. Still like that guy. The beaver from Lady and the Tramp. A log puller. Log puller. Beaver. And then there was the gopher from Winnie the Pooh. So the Winnie the Pooh was a gopher, I guess, and the beaver was from Lady and the Tramp. My favorites. All right, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please share this stream. Share it. The more we can get out to people, the more people will know about it, the more we can help people, and the more we will expand and grow. Clifford Mortz, sorry, buddy, I just saw you. You hit my book up on your interview. That's awesome. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Talk about an amazing writer, that dude right there. All right, peoples. I'm going to sign off. I don't have puppets, Eric. Otherwise, I would. Eric puts puppets into his workouts. All right. See you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Please share the stream, and I will see you Sunday on Tim's Story, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for those of you who are fathers out there, for Friday or for Sunday, happy Father's Day. See you later.